last time on Astraling, the party was cautioned that it was a dangerous venture to make their way into the platform, but for all its danger, it was also strictly necessary. The captain himself guided the boat in and under the docks under a cover of magical darkness, and glided you up to a grate that you soon discovered led up into the waste processing of this platform. However, the waste processing units did not take kindly to your presence being there. Being the meatiest things that they've experienced in a while, they turned on you, and, as you will recall, turned on you violently. In the case, one man did not survive the encounter. It was then put to task how exactly he would be recuperated. Various options were put forth. There was the version where he would be left in repose for a while, and hopefully you would come to a city where a cleric could tend to him. But many others felt that was a risky choice, given that you had...
My favorite part of that choice was that that it was established that the clerics on the boat could if they wanted to. They just don't want to.
Wait, what? I thought they couldn't.
No, they can't.
No, they could.
Why, though? Like you said, they were third-level spellcasters.
They are.
Okay, so they have access to Revivify.
Revivify only counts up to a minute.
Right, and we gentle reposted him 10 seconds after. Yes, it does. Literally, the only thing gentle repose does is stop the timer on resurrect spells. That is the only thing the spell does.
I thought it held it in preservation so that rot didn't occur.
Yeah, that's what stops you from being able to resurrect people with like Revivify and stuff, is that their body goes bad. Literally, the only thing gentle repose does is give you an extension on what type of resurrect spell you can use. So like Revivify versus Raise Dead versus the one that's in between Raise Dead and True Resurrection versus True Resurrection. I think that's all 4 of the resurrect spells. But anyway, I digress. Not the point.
Oh.
Yeah, that's literally what gentle repose does. But more
cast Revivify.
More to the point I was making, like even if they don't have Revivify prepared, all they would have to do is spend 8 hours prepping it. We could have kept him that long. Whatever, he's alive. I just thought that part just struck me as particularly funny when we were talking about it.
I would have waited if I knew that.
Sorry, buddy.
I was under the impression that the captain was saying, no one on the ship can do this.
It was a touching moment. Dustin seemed resolute about the fact that no one on the boat was going to do it, and I didn't feel like breaking the moment by being like, that doesn't make any sense.
In all fairness, none of them are practicing it. I can tell you for a fact that there's exactly one person, actually, as far as you know, there's only one person on the boat that has ever cast a spell to bring anyone back from the dead, and you not only have met him, he ultimately effectively used that spell.
No, and I get it. I just, for like bards and stuff, that makes sense, but for clerics who get their spells by praying to... Well, actually, I don't know how religion works in your world, so it could be different, but in vanilla D&D, the way clerics get their spells is they go, hey, God, can you let me do this thing? And the God goes, I got you, buddy. And then they just give them that spell.
So far as the captain informed you, no one on the ship has it. He
Yeah.
does have a couple of
That's
clerics
fine.
on board, but...
I just think, with my understanding of D&D 5e at the time, where I know that like clerics can swap out their whole spell list on a long rest, I was just like, wow, that seems petty.
You can swap spells. There is a certain limitation of things like actively like zapping people back from the dead. Requires you to actively like commune with your deity and have an actual conversation.
Okay. I'm not playing any classes that have access to that spell feature, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I don't believe anyone is playing.
The only classes that can do Alex's.
Oh, okay.
That's how Alex's spells work. The only classes that have that feature are Paladin, Cleric, and Druid. I think that's all three.
Okay.
I think everyone else has a static spell list that they get to pick.
Yeah.
Except for wizards, who get to basically just build a spell list that they can switch out.
But I just mean in terms of overall oeuvre of the spell, I don't think druids can take. I know they can't take. Well,
they have Raise Dead and they have True Resurrection.
Yeah.
I think that's
okay.
It. I don't think they have Revivify.
But yeah, I was gonna say I thought Revivify was clerics only.
I don't know about that.
I'm checking.
But I don't think
cleric and paladin. Excuse me.
I'm pretty sure bards have it.
Nope.
Oh, you're right. Bards. Or no, you're right. It is cleric paladin only. Yeah, everyone else starts their resurrection at 5th level spells with Raise Dead.
But
anyway, fun mechanics talk aside.
An attempt was made to drag Zyden back from the edge, but the method used was
shady,
painful,
questionable,
shady.
And Zyden and his experiences allowed him narrowly to resist that particular effect. And then through certain arcane means was able to project himself oh so briefly to deliver a message unto his living compatriots, insisting he get brought back, whatever form that may be.
What's his face is a druid? I guess he could have a magic item. Sorry. Yeah, he did, and now he's a good Goliath boy.
His form expressly changed by that spell.
Mm-hmm.
Only a little.
And so we find ourselves spread between the waste processing and two of you down on the lifeboat.
Oh. What happened?
My friend, I'm afraid you
You
On a
died.
longboat?
Zag, you're back. Welcome back.
Things are a bit fuzzy.
That's fine. Probably.
Why
for the
is my hand blue?
So
Right? What?
I have good
An
news and
executive
bad news.
decision was made.
My voice.
On the plus side, you're no longer the smallest
if I'm on,
person in the
yeah,
party.
I'm gonna stand up from where I'm sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'm curious. How close was this? What was the boat to the roof that Great was in?
I mean, it had to be within arm's reach, so ostensibly given that you had a very average heighted, well, except that the furbolg is fairly large as well, so not that close.
I mean, my other form was 6 feet tall.
Yes, but the furbolg that's traveling with you is almost 7.5 feet tall.
Ah. Okay.
They're big
Well,
boys.
now I'm 8 feet tall. So the question is because do I knock my head against this thing?
I know what you were asking, and no, but it's an awful lot closer than it seemed before.
Yeah.
On the plus
Alright.
side, now you're the largest person in the party.
Are you down in the boat, by the way?
No, I'm at the top
She's
of the
just calling
ladder
down the
portion.
tube.
You're the
All right,
largest
so
person
I'm
in the
down-
party. For
I'm-
now.
I'm back on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And how I got here. Oh. Memory's starting to come back.
You were
Yeah.
you were placed here rather to
No,
keep you out of the way.
not of that bit.
Oh,
I don't remember that bit. I do remember what happened. I died, didn't I?
I mean,
Yeah.
That would explain the grave void I was in for a bit.
Huh. It is a void. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever was there, I couldn't see quite yet. But except for these
Okay.
tendrils of darkness that attempted to drag me somewhere.
Uh-huh.
That was not fun. That was painful.
Uh-huh.
Any idea how that might have infiltrated
No, not a single
the...
clue. No, not at all.
All right, I heard Fira squeaking from up above. I'm going to go and join, and I'm going to climb back up.
fantastic. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah, it's a 17.
Yeah, it's a purpose-built ladder. It's not a hard DC at all. You pretty easily, and especially with these much more refined physical features, quickly ascend one large rung pole after the other, and manage to climb your way back into the waste.
As she notices you're climbing up, Fira skitters away from the edge of the tunnel and just kind of slumps herself against the wall, just like, well, fuck.
And Azur's gonna come up behind you. I'm going to find my dice roller. I'm a little annoyed that Roll20 doesn't just have a launchable dice roller, but whatever.
I mean,
you could just copy and paste /roll into your...
well, no, if you don't have an actual game open, then the roll.
Oh, yeah.
That's stupid. That's why I have real dice.
Yeah, I just use Discord. you want me to invite you to my D&D Discord server where I have Avery set up?
Son of a bitch. Oh no. Oh.
Did he fail the check?
He fell down the ladder again.
So you hear a soup, boom, splish.
I look down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Womp womp. Just the fucking Dark Souls music when you fall off of something. Ooh, you died.
There is no response.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
So long story short, don't die again.
Kira kind of looks, hesitates, but stands herself up and's like, should, one of us go back down and fish him out?
All right. I still have that rope, right? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, no, they kicked you down. So you're not. I mean, the rope runs up through the tunnel, so it's next to you, but it's not strictly yours anymore. They just booted your body back down to the boat.
Oh, I meant the rope I was tied to. That I said I tied onto my armor.
Yes, and I thought you tied it off when you got to the top of the ladder at the start of last session.
I don't know.
Whatever.
It's a
I-
tie
I-
rope for the boat. You weren't walking into the rest of the building with it.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, never mind. Yeah. All right. So, I guess since I'm still climbing up, I'll climb back down to try and find Azure?
So you climb back down, and you when you get to the bottom of the ladder, you look below you. What's your passive perception right now?
12.
Okay.
Damn, it went down.
So you you look below you, and where formerly the boat was right side up and drifting a few feet from the grate, you now see it hanging by the other end of the rope.
Oh no.
And you don't see Azure.
Do you need help down there?
Not sure yet. Can I actively look around and try and find Azure?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, 19.
As you look out and sort of lean your head down, sort of craning to see outside the sides of the hole, you don't see anything, and so you look down at the boat again, and then you look past the boat. And down, and down, and you see a tiny speck rocketing into the distance below you.
Oh no!
Downwards?
Mm-hmm.
How? What?
Alright, Fira's like, okay, time to go down. She's gonna climb down the ladder.
Okay, you get as far down the ladder until you're standing on the rung above where Zyden is holding on, and
That's
you
fine.
also see the boat just sort of hanging off by the end of its rope.
Nice.
Any ideas? Because I think we just lost the captain.
Yeah, you two having fun down there?
The captain fell.
What? You mean
The
the
captain
captain
is-
fell?
Captain is still falling.
That's not good.
Spot on, Micah.
No, it is not good. And
You gonna do anything about it?
I don't know if I can.
Well, sucks to be him.
Can you do anything about it?
Is he within 60 feet?
I'm assuming from what I saw that no.
He's not even.
No, he is not.
Then I got nothing.
Shit.
Don't forget to wear your seatbelt, kids.
Oh my what?
I mean, if I know anything about how gravity works, if he's far enough away, he might slingshot around the star, but that'll probably kill him in the meantime. Honestly, this is one of those things where
Just a
Shit.
well, unfortunate.
He lose the boat too?
No, the boat's still tied on, but it's hanging.
Should probably reel it back in a little better.
Yeah, I'll try and pull the boat back toward us, I guess.
Okay. Give
Oh,
me
that's an option.
give me an athletics check. If you're doing it one-handed, give it to me at disadvantage.
16.
Oh. That new Goliath form is working out for you because you just
A
kind of
little bit.
wrap that rope around your wrist. You give it a nice hard pull, and then you swing the rope around and get another armful of it, and give it another nice hard tug, and in actuality, the boat eventually pulls back up to about where it was, and it kicks about a bit on the rope, but the pulsing fins eventually kick it, and it does level out.
Don't forget, you two now have you and Alex both now have powerful build.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't.
So
know.
you are big. You are big lifty boys
Yeah,
now.
Yes.
there is a reason that someone was able to recover the boat.
Because I got a +5 to athletics.
And because you have a powerful build.
Yeah.
I didn't forget that fact, Tim. Don't you worry.
That's why like last game when Alex is like, I'm not very strong. I was like, when it comes to lifting, you have effectively an 18 strength.
It's true.
Like it might only be a 9 for everything else, but for lifting, you literally double it.
Yep, lifting, pulling,
Like-
dragging, you
You count as one size larger.
sure do.
Yeah. And if you then get fucking like brawny or something, you count as 4 times your normal size.
Wait, that's we're gonna have conversations if you try to take that feat. I don't care. I don't care if the other players take that feat, but anyone with powerful builds having a conversation with me before you accidentally count as a
Huge.
huge character.
That's not even as big as you can go,
No.
because you can play a barbarian and go totem warrior, which also gives you a bear totem, which doubles
Oh,
your
Lord.
carrying capacity. You can like I have a character in another game that I'm playing that counts as like bigger than gargantuan when he's lifting stuff, and it's
It's sick.
excellent.
All right.
It's
The boat's
So-
okay.
The boat
captain's
appears to
gone.
be pulled back into range, and is now roughly where you had it loaded in before.
Okay,
I
but
think if
Captain's
we
gone.
act quickly, we can pilot the boat down to catch him.
Roll me a perception check. Roll me a perception check, and then roll me an intelligence check.
That's 13 perception.
Okay.
Intelligence. It's actually your wisdom. Intelligence is a 12.
I got 17 and 16.
Okay. Neither one of you sees Azure anymore.
Oh no.
And Fira, you distinctly recount the fact that none of you have ever piloted the longboat before.
Brunton was going to show me.
Sure was. That hasn't happened yet.
Hmm.
So while it's an interesting notion that Zyden has just put forth,
It's not a possible one.
there are practicality issues that you foresee in such a suggestion.
Okay, so she's gonna just climb back up the ladder. Just
All right,
Fuck
give me an athletics check.
fuck this. This is terrible kind of a mode.
He did.
That's a nat 20. So I
Uh,
soar up the ladder.
Yeah, I mean you got no problems whatsoever. You just nope on out of that situation.
Doing
pull out
flips
the-
and shit.
The little box that's in my pocket that I keep forgetting I have.
Okay.
And open that bad boy up.
All right. So
Okay.
I'm also going to go back up.
I also
and
need an athletics check from you.
yeah, it's a 21.
Okay, yeah, you very easily. Again, you're large and burly form now. Pretty easily works your way back up the function-built ladder.
Alright, so Fira has the box. She goes, please, for the love of God, let someone beside Azure have it in their pocket. And opens it. Can anyone hear me? Hello?
After a short period, you do hear a crackling rustle from the other side. Yes, hello?
Hi.
Hi.
You haven't seen anything flying by, have you?
I was really fucking hoping we were just gonna hear the wind whipping by the thing and go, as he's making a fucking mid-fall phone call.
I mean, what else can you do?
That would have been excellent.
I mean, this planetoid is putting off some rocks once in a while, but,
Not rocks.
the
I'm up there now, near it. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Azure fell.
What,
Man overboard.
wait, what do you mean, man?
Captain overboard.
What do you mean, man overboard?
Azure
But-
is somewhere in the astral sea.
You mean he's taking the longboat out to go and
Nope.
The
scout
longboat
and-
capsized.
Capsized? Hold on a second. And he disappears for several minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So, While we're waiting.
It was a good color for you.
We,
at least.
other than calling to just make them all panic, what are you hoping this is gonna accomplish?
See if they can find him. If they have a way to
honestly,
find
just
him.
we can't do anything, so maybe they can. That's all I
And to
got.
point out the fact that we can't get off of this stupid rock now.
Well, we don't.
So.
As far as I know, they don't have another boat, so we're gonna have to figure out it anyway.
Prepare them to give us phone instructions then, I guess.
Well, we
Shit,
also
it would be handy. Shit, it would be handy if there was someone on this boat who knew anything about boats.
He's in the sea.
we also don't have the definitely crossing voices there. Hold on. We don't have the thing either, so
The thing? Oh, yeah.
the thing.
The map.
The star
map.
charts that we're here to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll buy him time to figure out how to teach us how to get back.
Yeah, I think at this point our only real choice is forward.
Oi! Somebody say something about capsizing?
Yeah, can you keep an eye out for Azure? He's somewhere in the astral sea.
Oi! What do you mean in the sea?
I mean, he's
We
not very
mean
good at climbing ladders.
He slipped off a ladder, landed in the boat capsized, he kept falling.
What?
This literally just happened.
And none of you caught him?
He was below us, like physically.
Look, there's been a series
know
of
he fell until I looked
events
behind
going
me.
on over here, and some of us aren't used to our new big hands, so we couldn't get him.
What?
That's racist.
You may have a bit of a point there.
New big
however,
hands?
doesn't
What the
apply in this
devil are you
case.
talking about?
Long story short, Zyden died and came back, and now he's huge. So,
Zyden died? What the hell
Wasn't
is
even-
going on over there?
a whole bunch of
We'll
happy
tell you
mistakes.
all of it when we get back, assuming that we do.
Do you have the star charts?
No, we haven't gotten that far
literally
yet.
just got here.
Okay.
We're calling to give you mostly a warning because we don't know where to go from here. Well, I mean, we know where to go, but we don't know how we're getting back to the ship now because we don't know how to drive this thing.
Right now, we're just going to move forward to try and get those star charts, but by the time we need to leave, we need a way to leave.
Well, I mean, you got our only boat, so I'll have to walk you through it. Oh God, Azure. Oh no.
He'll be found. I'm sure of it.
Look, if he's fallen far enough, you should be able to maneuver the ship down to get him.
The
If it's
whole
fast
point of keeping the ship back here was so that the platform didn't see us.
Yeah, that's
Like I
kinda
said, if he's fallen
gone
far
out the
enough,
window.
it won't.
The whole stealth thing's kind of gone out the window. So, it's a.
Okay, I'm guessing the deep, burly voice must be Zyden.
Yes, I not entirely sure what form I've taken now, but my skin is gray and oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
My hair's gone.
okay,
How did my hair
That took you way
disappear?
too long to figure out there, buddy.
so, Zyden, love, let me go ahead and just frame this for you. You're from the prime material, yeah?
Yes,
Technically, yes. Yes, I am.
Okay.
you
You
don't
ever-
sound convincing.
You ever seen a man dropped in the middle of the ocean?
I mean, I've seen
Not
people swim in
likely.
the ocean before.
Imagine a man dropped in the center of the ocean, and then telling a boat at shore, just go look for him.
I see your point.
Get us
Oh,
the star
boy.
charts, and I'll figure out what to do from here.
We're sorry.
Did you push
But if
him?
anyone can figure it out, it could be.
No. No, no.
Then you don't need to be sorry. He's a resourceful man. Let me worry about this, but without those star charts, we're still adrift.
Okay.
All right.
But I'm
We'll get
afraid
them.
you're now in the belly of the beast, all by yourselves.
Nothing new.
Well, we can manage.
Yeah, sure am glad you guys kidnapped me.
Micah, this is not the time.
Yeah. Yeah, big lug. It's not a good
Alright, well, if we're going, we should get going.
Onwards and
agree with.
upwards.
All right. She closes the box, puts it back in her pocket,
Okay.
and I guess they move onward.
Alright. So, at the far end of the waste processing room is a large iron door with a hard textured something that runs all along the frame of it. A substance that none of you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's black and it bounces back a bit against your touch.
Do I know if it's natural or not?
Give me a nature check.
I have no idea if it's natural or not.
Fantastic. Probably is.
All right. But it's locking the door? Blocking the door?
It's running along the frame. There's a handle on the door.
Okay, I turn the handle.
Yeah, it sure is locked.
Oh, yeah, sure is.
If I were to guess, being
Yeah.
as what we just fought in here, that's probably a seal to keep the jellies from sliding through the cracks.
That would make sense. How do we get through it? Past it? I don't know.
Well, any y'all got a key?
No.
No.
Oh, I have a crowbar.
Well,
That might be useful.
She digs through her stuff and pulls out her crowbar. And attempts to wedge it into one of the sides of the door to open it.
okay. Give me a strength check plus your proficiency modifier.
18.
Yeah. You pry at it, and eventually,
Finally.
the door pops inward.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We proceed.
Yeah. So stepping inside, you do pretty quickly notice as you swing the door shut back behind you.
Mm-hmm.
While the air in the last room was moist and rich and full of pungent odors,
Mm-hmm.
the air in here is a lot more processed, a little stained
Cleaner?
now with, the abruptly open door, but after a moment or two, that fades away and it smells distinctly cleaner.
Okay. It'd be a shame if something happened where a giant fart cloud had to roll in.
I didn't actually hear that.
Don't worry about it.
Big old cloud of farts.
Oh, that.
You find yourself in a hallway about 30 feet wide, and all along the sides are arched doorways, and while the hallway is full of a faint orangey light, there's a much sharper, almost piercing, amber-colored stream of beams that sit over each archway.
Okay.
And it runs down about 100 feet or so, with 4 archways to each side. And then the hallway abruptly turns left, and the right-hand wall turns at about a 45-degree angle, and you see another larger arch in the crossing, basically where the sides of this hallway join is a larger archway, covered by a large door with a large metal wheel on it.
Where should we start?
Sorry, could you say again what the directions are? Just the simple version?
Yeah, you've come through the door at the bottom. There are 4 smaller archways with beams over them on the right-hand side, and there's another 4 on the left-hand side. And then at the adjoining, at that adjoining section, there is a larger archway covered by a door with a metal wheel on it.
Okay.
All right.
You're the big one. You can decide where we're going.
All
Charlie or
right,
Sticky
hold
now?
on. I don't care if he got taller. I think I should still probably go in front.
Okay. Twist my
My
arm.
guest. I'm
Um,
still getting used to looking down to see you. It was up before. This is weird.
Why? What? Oh. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that one must be nice.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Must be nice to have to look down at people.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You see a figure that is awake. Mathis, would you like to describe what they see?
We're just in the jail place that was described to me before, right?
Yes.
He's talking about like what you look like, dude.
Yes. No.
Yeah, I know. I have not been removed from jail, is what I'm getting at.
No.
Yeah. So, do they have a prison uniform, or do they just leave me?
They left you in your sort of underclothing.
Gotcha. So you see a relatively medium-sized, little under 6 feet tall half elf with kind of, I mean, this. You see this. Yeah, except minus the coat and weapons.
Okay.
Kicking back on one of the benches in the jail cell with his feet crossed, probably, tossing some random object up in the air out of boredom. And as you walk up, he turns a casual glance at you and goes, "Oh, are you invading the ship too?"
Ship?
2?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I can tell, just about everybody here was either caught or is a stowaway. Not that I can figure out why anybody would willingly get on this ship if it wasn't to, prevent themselves from being murdered.
Uh-huh.
And so far, been working out okay. I'm in prison, but I got the last laugh against the captain of this derelict piece of crap. Anyway, yeah, I recommend getting whatever you need from this ship and then blowing it up. That's not true. There are a lot of people on this ship who don't deserve to be blown up. But here's what I'm saying. I know a lot about this ship that you probably
you want us
don't.
to bust you out or not?
I would like you to bust literally everyone in this prison unit out so that we can literally dismantle this ship from the ground up while we're inside it. And then leave and just let it have as fate will at it.
Do you know how to maneuver a longboat?
I know how to maneuver a longboat through water.
Well, we're
If
not.
it's the same fundamental mechanics in whatever this horrible, horrible ether is outside of the ship, then probably.
What's outside is the astral sea.
Thanks, I hate it.
Join the club.
Finally, he says something reasonable.
Let me tell you how my experience with the astral sea has been. I was minding my own business on the ocean, and then I got connected to a big-ass magic orange ship, which yanked me into space, and then I decided to try and sail away, jettisoned a raft into whatever it is out there, proceeded to drop a bunch of very expensive cargo into, I guess, oblivion, And then I just decided that having absolutely no way to escape from this vessel, since apparently my ship, which has now been destroyed, doesn't float here on its own, I decided to try and make a power move to very reasonably barter with the powers that be on this ship to give them what they wanted in exchange for going free. They decided they weren't going to play ball and put me in jail. Oh, also, they jammed this crystal in my chest. And
Something tells
yeah,
me that,
so basically, he wanted something that I was smuggling somewhere, and it was in an invisible box on my ship. And I told him I would give it to him if he just paid me, and he said no. And then he cut my ship up, and then the invisible box fell into space, probably. So,
Although I'm a little confused about one thing. You keep saying ship.
Yeah.
We're not on a ship.
when I first saw this vessel, it was floating in water and looked like a boat. And then I realized it was some kind of space thing. So I'm just using the words that I have to to describe this thing. If you'd like to educate me about where the fuck we are, I'm open to listening.
Well, then I got something for you. So, to use the analogy of the actual sea, the thing that picked you up was a ship. We're on their home island. However, in the terms of the astral sea, that island happens to be floating around a star.
Was I transferred off of...
Oh yeah, this doesn't look like the
Oh, okay. I thought I was still in the... That's what I was asking, is am I still in the brig of the ship?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
It looks like a different brig. Although...
Okay, that was very specifically what I asked there. I'm sorry I wasn't clear.
I misunderstood. You are still in a brig, and you have not seen anything beyond the extent of this cell. So, from your context, it could easily be a ship. But
Gotcha.
You saw the brig of the other one. It's not exactly the same makeup.
Gotcha. Let me backtrack a little bit
Okay.
then. I was in a ship of theirs, and then they knocked me unconscious, jammed a crystal in my chest, and I woke up here, and I've been unhappily a resident of this 8-foot square ever since.
While this is going on, can I roll a investigation or perception check to see if I can see any keys laying around anywhere
Sure.
else? Which
I
one
would
would
say investigation.
That'll be a 17.
Sure. You distinctly see set in the wall next to each of the archways is a small crystalline sconce set with what appears to be a large chunk of topaz.
Okay.
And each one is set roughly at hand level. You gather that they probably interact with these beams they're running up and down, but you don't see any keys per se.
Oh, quick question I meant to ask you before,
Yes.
Dustin, I just kind of forgot.
Yes.
Assuming I have been here for a long time, have I had long enough to figure out if the thing in my chest is magic or not?
So you've only been here. You probably woke up about a day ago.
Okay. That's still long enough to
Yes.
to get my spell slots back and detect magic on my ass.
Oh yeah. It
I
may be.
figured.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
particular school or just general badness?
Void.
Okay.
Which doesn't have a lot of contextual meaning to you, but
No. I'm just gonna the context I'm going to draw from that is the way the book kind of describes detect magic is it gets outlined in a particular color based on the school of magic. I'm just going to guess void is a color I haven't seen before and move on.
Correct. It is a dark ichory purple.
Gross. All right. Anyway, well, if you can find me my things, I can get myself. It's just bars on this jail cell, right? It's not like a force field or anything.
It is beams of light.
Can I reach
that's
through them?
You can reach through them. Having been here a day, you probably have experimented and come to the realization that those motherfuckers sting if you touch them.
That's fair. I have really good sleight of hand. Yeah, if you bring me my tools, I might be able to like hack into or not hack, but I might be able to like break into the control panel for these things.
Where would your
But I'm guessing the control panel probably isn't conveniently next to my cell.
It's on the wall next to your cell. It would be sort of you'd have to bend your arm.
Yeah, I'd have to reach around. I get it.
Yeah.
It would be a reasonably high DC, but not impossible.
Correct.
Yeah, so my things, I'm not 100% sure because I woke up with my things gone, but my guess is that they would be in some kind of like storage locker nearby or possibly in like a confiscations area.
I'll go look for him.
I'd start looking around that big door. It's probably a lockup of some sort.
Yeah.
So,
oh, I have such
I'm
a
assuming
fucking...
these lights are...
I have such a fucking cool idea.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
What? Are you saying that in character?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, yes.
If I didn't already get a sense of foreboding from my current crewmates, man, this would put me on edge.
I was gonna say, this totally doesn't make me feel great.
Do any of you have a dagger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me the dagger.
Why?
What are you going to do first?
I'm gonna try and short circuit the bars.
How?
I'm going to electrocute the panel.
Okay. Get her hands over her dagger, because, she's got nothing to lose at this point, so...
Okay.
Okay, so I grab the dagger.
Yeah,
And you said if I, like, gently tap the bars, they sting?
Yeah.
I grab it as hard as I can. And I use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements.
What? Okay, I'm with it so far.
Which means I take half damage of whatever, assuming that it's lightning, thunder, cold, fire, or acid. I take half damage from it.
Okay.
And then on my next attack, I can add damage of that type to the attack. So I stab the dagger into the panel to try and short circuit it.
Sure.
How many checks is that?
None. Literally none. Right. Except maybe an attack roll.
Well, you still take damage.
That's fair. How much?
You take half, right?
Yeah, I take half of whatever the full amount is.
So you take a total of 5 fire damage.
Ow.
And then you jam that thing there into the lock. Make me an attack roll.
Sure. Let me get this mark down my current hit points. I'm gonna roll with a real dice because I'm actually sitting at a table for once. Hang on, let me just grab my 4 Riz Razzle dice. I also have my tarot deck. I should just do the D&D tarot cards.
I found my book for Dread, by the way.
Oh,
Fun fact. That was one of the best games I've ever played, and I
so
really
good.
want to do it again.
That one's a little hard to run on Discord. What with the whole everybody has to be able to play Jenga element. But,
yeah, I love that. I love mechanics like that though.
Oh, it's so good.
Where it's like super extra cool mechanics. That is going to be a 15.
Yeah. Roll me some damage.
I'm hoping the thing's AC is not more than a 15. So that's a dagger, which is D4 plus 2d6. That's gonna be 7 slashing damage or piercing damage, whichever one you want to roll. Stabbing it being. Technically, daggers do slashing. And then 3 fire damage.
So what was the total?
It is a total of 10 damage.
Yeah. You watch as Mathis proceeds to just grab the bar. A jolt of energy runs up one arm and down the other, and the dagger in his hand just bursts into flames, and you watch as he stabs it into that topaz, and as the metal fixture that the key is sunk into melts out and around the gem, the bar he is holding on to flickers and disappears.
Best use of a dagger I've ever seen. Okay.
I kind of flex my fingers a couple times, like sort of.
I'm assuming that your mustache just curled itself as the
Yeah, a
energy
little
went
bit.
through you.
And I kind of carefully sort of toss you back the dagger.
What's your passive perception, Mathis?
My passive perception is 16.
You do hear in the small hole in the ceiling you hear something revving up.
Oh,
You
well,
want to get out of there.
I know we escaped. Let's leave. Do I see it? I don't see any like boxes or anything in here that might have my things in them, right?
No.
JK, I'm keeping this dagger.
Okay.
Let's leave.
So you get out of the cell just as the bar reignites and fires right back down into the ground.
Yep.
Good timing.
And
Oh no, I left my glasses in there.
Just for the
Yeah.
image, Zyden has just been standing there cross-armed watching this whole thing. Just not even reacting to the whole thing going. It's just, cool.
Anyway. Yeah, so remember when I said I know a lot about where we are?
Yeah.
Strike that entirely.
I had a feeling.
I don't think
that
you
being
actually
said-
said that, so all right.
Well, I said I know a lot about the ship we're on, and then it turned out we aren't. So
Yeah, I think we saw that ship on our way in.
yeah. Why are you guys here?
We're looking for a map.
Oh, good. I have literally no skin in this game at this point because I have lost practically everything that was the reason I was here, and the only thing motivating me is an unbridled need for revenge. So as long as you promise me that if we come across an 8-foot-tall orange asshole with wings, you will help me beat the living crap out of him, or if we come across his living quarters, you will help me collectively take the largest dump possible on his bed. I'm down to clown with whatever you guys are here for.
So what you're saying is find your shit first.
I would like my shit back, yes. But I've also found that the grunts around here have pretty excellent shit on them, too. So I might just take that, depending. But there is some stuff in my belongings that I would very much like back. Specifically all of my different kits.
Well, I can certainly appreciate that, and I can assure you that we tend to like exploring. So you may
Anyway, I don't want to cut you off, but regardless of what we're doing, we should probably do it somewhere else because I just stabbed this panel, and I'm willing to bet you that triggered something somewhere. So let's walk and talk.
Always a good plan.
Yeah.
Good call.
I mean, I like your whole dump strategy. I'm not sure I'm down with the whole trying to fight some giant angel guy.
We might not have a choice, big guy.
I don't know. I literally,
Do we ever
in
have a
all of the
choice?
information I managed to gain about these people, what they actually want or who the fuck they are wasn't one of them. All I know is that you have at least a couple of big players here, assuming that the people on the ship that I came on haven't left yet. One is Cherub. He's a big, I don't know, paladin or something. There's a sorceress. She's spooky.
Right.
There's a deckhand who was some kind of big green pointy ear thing. He seemed chill, but probably is handy in a fight. Everyone else was pretty much just like deck scrubs. I took out like 11 of them by myself, so
Nice.
if they shouldn't pose 3 of us that much of a problem, assuming you guys aren't like terrible
You
and prone to being killed.
you got
We're prone to being killed, but it's okay.
you
Sorry, buddy.
look. I know I was raised in the woods, but you got to work on those numbers. There's 4 of us. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that Micah is technically here.
Yeah. I'm keeping
Micah
man.
is
I'm trying my
not
best.
going-
All right.
Not going to be highly helpful, I have a feeling.
I suspect all of his spells are accidentally in stasis right now because I don't know what they all. I know what some of them are, but like I'm not going to use his spells for him.
Anyway,
I think if you need to, you can scroll up and find his character sheet.
It's wild shape and
Oh yeah, he also tends not to use spells.
I
does
cast
seem to just-
big
he does seem to just wild shape shillelagh a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we should go find either my stuff or equivalent stuff. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, these people seem to use magic for literally everything. So I lost 1,000 gold because of these people. I'd like to steal just everything that isn't nailed down here.
everything, huh?
Anything that looks magic and valuable. Which I was only on this ship for about an hour only on their ship for about an hour before I got caught, and I managed to steal no less than about like a half dozen magical things. So they don't seem to miss them particularly.
Interesting.
Sounds like an idea. Good or not, we'll see, but an idea.
Anyway, by the way, I'm Mathis.
Nice to meet you. My name is Zyden.
Kira.
Zyden Downsar.
That's an interesting Goliath name.
It is not a Goliath name.
He's never been a Goliath besides 10 minutes of his life. So, can we keep moving? Find your stuff.
I assume we are moving, and I'm just waiting for Dustin to interrupt us when we eventually bump into a like patrol or
I
something.
mean, this has been so delightful for me, so I've just kind of been letting you go. So you have the hallway behind you, and ahead of you, you see the door with the wheel.
Oh, are there any other prisoners?
Yeah, there's the goblinoids, a couple of arches back, and there is the sleeping minotaur.
So basically, all the same people that were on the ship when I was captured.
Were the goblinoids? Yes, they were. Yes,
Yeah.
they actually are
Is
fairly familiar.
setting aside these scrubs I don't know, is my homeboy here? Because I'm not leaving without him.
So you check up and down. You actually turn the corner and see that there's a matching set of 8 on the other side.
Hmm.
And you go up and down through the cells. You see a couple of drow. You see another Gith Yankee.
Which we've established I don't know what they are.
Correct.
Neither do we.
Correct. You do lean around the corner, and a large snake-bodied woman attempts to lunge at you, slamming into the bars and getting fired backwards. now very much scorched.
Yeah, that's
All right, who here
that's a bad
speaks?
idea.
All right, who here speaks common?
Me.
Not
No.
talking to the people in prison.
Well, we do. The drow call from a couple of rows on the left-hand side.
All right, here's the deal. I'm sure you're all bad people who have done bad things and that freeing you is probably not in the public health. But here's the thing. I don't care if it's here because I hate these people. So, this is your lucky day. I'm willing to let you out of these prison cells so long as you literally make as much of a racket as humanly possible whilst trying to escape from this hellhole.
Or drowly possible, or snake personly possible.
Yeah, it's a turn of phrase. They're all humanoids, except maybe the snake
The
person.
drows look at each other, and then they look at you, and they're like, yes. You hear the Githyanki kind of lean by the bars and go, I agree as well.
All right.
And then I turn to you two. And I point at literally anything that has writing on it in this room, and I go, "Can either of you read this?"
I take a look.
All that you see marked in this room, at least in this section of the hallway, is that above each of the panels there is a small sigil that Zyden, you can clearly tell, and Fira, you can't quite make out all of it, but you get the distinct impression that each cell is numbered.
Okay.
And it's just numbers over the little pad, indicating which cell in particular it is.
There are cell numbers.
If you look around any more, I need a perception check to try and find other writing.
Okay.
That's gonna be
22.
21 for me. So.
That is a 16.
Yeah. So beyond the labels, on the so you do find above the door that you originally came through, there is a little plate that most definitely reads trash processing.
Mm-hmm.
You see on the door at the far end of the left side a plate which reads actually, I'm just going to...
Can I ask you a kind of important question before we go through all of this chutzpah?
Sure.
Are you telling me that all of these things are written in common?
Nope, they're written in...
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was explaining it to the one, which is why I suddenly stopped halfway through that, because I'm totally sending it to the one guy who can absolutely read it.
Yeah, I was about to say, because if you're trying to explain to us that all of us can read these things, this is really a moot point.
No.
What language is it?
It's
in Celestial. It's Celestial.
Yeah. Which you...
My fun boat adventure
I
included
can
me
read that.
not being able to read fucking
Little.
anything in the place I was in.
You're able to pick out the numbers on the cells, and you think that you probably can read something that says maybe garbage over that one door.
The one that we came through?
Yeah.
But I can read it all perfectly.
Yes.
So yeah, we got cell numbers, we got trash compactor. Oh, are you typing it out?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You know what? I'm just going to put you in the other thing, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Since I built that for a reason. It's also just, helpful, because then I have it for the recording.
Yeah, and you don't have to work on muting everyone.
Everybody, yeah. So, it's an iterative process. We get better as time goes on. So you do notice that the door off to the left-hand side, because the hallway turns left there, and there's another door at the far end.
Mm-hmm.
You see that the plate over that door reads high security holding.
All right. So the more dangerous prisoners are down there, probably.
I mean, you make your own assumptions. And
dangerous to
then
know.
you do see on a plaque next to the large arch door with the wheel a sign that says to starward decks.
Starward? Deck?
Starward.
Oh.
Yes, starward decks.
All right. So towards the star that we're orbiting.
I'm putting you back in the other channel.
All right. All right.
Fira, I will say, on the large arch, you do see a plaque. It's a little hard to make out, but you definitely think the sigil in the middle says star.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So, Mathis, you said that you couldn't read any of this before?
Nope.
Right. So we got the cell numbers. The door over there says high security holding. And this big one over here says this to the starward decks.
Aw, I'm high security. Or wait, am I not in the high security room?
No, I think that one leads towards the high security.
Bullshit!
Normally the labels are on the outside of the door, not the inside.
Bullshit!
Oh boy.
Anyway. Well, now I want to go in that fucking room, because if my Genasi friend is in that room, I'm going to be personally fucking offended.
Did you say
And,
Genasi?
Oh.
Yeah, I came here with a Wadra Genasi. I told him I was going to rescue him, and then I got captured, and now he's probably dead. So I feel bad about that and hope it's not true, because I don't see him anywhere in this holding cell. Anyway, is there like a... there's not like a master console anywhere in this room that like the cells are controlled from. It's just the ones on each door, right?
Correct.
Anyone have any idea how we get these cells open without lighting myself on fire?
Nope.
Can I examine one of these sconces? I guess you said it was?
Sure.
Arcana is one of the few things I'm very much not great at. So.
I would say you do need to make an Arcana check.
Ah, that's good. Let's see here. That is 17.
Yeah. Especially being, you've actually seen a similar concept before. You are aware that these are very much arcane locks, and there are either associated switches, or there is likely a associated key. What's the word? Like a totem that can be pressed to the panels to open them.
Okay. Well, it looks like these definitely take a key of some sort.
Okay.
Probably similar in design. If you see anything that looks like that crystal in the sconce, that might be it. I say we look around and figure out.
All right. I turned to everybody who I just.
Put a crystal in you.
Yeah, I don't. Just from a jailing standpoint, I really don't feel like they would give me the key to my cell by burying it in my chest.
They might give you the key to someone else's cell, though.
That's some jigsaw shit right there.
What is this? What? You haven't actually shown us what this crystal looks like.
I open my shirt up and I reveal a purple crystal that's kind of jaggedly sticking out of my rib cage. Yeah, it's because I don't like it.
It's good and well up on in there. It's
Yeah, but I
actually,
assume you can still see it through my ribs.
well, actually, as you pull the shirt up, what it reveals is that where it was jammed through, sort of through the side of his ribs, there is now definitely a crystalline coating covering a section of his, a small section of his torso, and from that crystal layering, long purple cracks are now spread over his skin, almost as if he'd been hit by lightning.
Oh,
Well,
that does not look good.
Yeah, so, my goal right now is to live long enough for whatever this is to kill me. But we should probably find that key or something.
Yeah, that one does not look like the ones in the wall here. Probably not a key.
I tried.
No, my guess. So when I was on the ship that I was captured on, they had a basement morgue that was filled with, dead guys that had blue crystals growing out of them. So I'm gonna just take a wild stab and say that this is a further down version of whatever experiment they were doing on those guys, and that I will soon very much be a corpse with crystals growing out of me. But who knows? They haven't poked or prodded me with any medical equipment since I've been here, so maybe they were just trying to punish me. I don't know. I'm not gonna know anytime soon, I have a feeling. So let's move on to things that we might actually be able to figure out.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I need to push people into other channels, so talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So as he reveals all of this, and the awful spidering across his body, you hear your passenger. He is infected by the darkness.
Oh dear.
That is most certainly the mark of the Whispering One.
The Whispering One? It's the first time I'm hearing of this. Actually, is it the first time I'm hearing of this?
He has not previously divulged that term.
Okay.
I was not ready to burden you with it, but you briefly met the Avatar of Great Destruction.
The cloaked figure we talked to on the ship?
He came to you in a way I could not see.
Right. I wasn't able to contact you while he was there.
But yes, I would believe.
Oh, don't tell me he's here, but actually, then again, he may be able to be anywhere, so...
The Darkbringer is quite strong, but no, he is not here.
Okay.
If the door was opened, I would have known.
Any idea if we can just
unmark Mathis here? Take that crystal out?
We have been through much recently. Even
I can tell. Are you okay? I
am
barely even noticed you breathe before. Now you're wheezing.
I am not sure. The darkness has touched us.
Yeah.
It is not an easy thing to recover from. For now, your new associate appears to be of his own mind.
Yeah, and so far, I think we're on a good path. Bit of chaos can go a long way in a place like this.
Yes, I suppose our options are limited.
Very true.
All right, I'm gonna put you back in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi there. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So as Mathis pulls up his shirt and reveals all of this crystalline damage and the cragging jags across his body.
Mhm.
Yes. True opportunity is spreading.
Mm.
He is
Hmm?
touched by greatness.
You mean the same shit you tried to get me to use on Zyden?
I believe your new friend Mathis said he left his bones to the hands of fate. Well, now I think that your fates may be intertwined.
Oh, dear Lord. Really?
From the back of your mind, you hear a gasping wail
Mm-hmm.
and a soft hand on the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Even without seeing, you know that Mama is there watching over you at the moment.
Good. Keeps her from freaking out entirely, but...
Yeah.
So what do I need to know about him? Anything? Is he what he seems?
It looks as if he is in pain from that, and in time it could be quite dangerous.
To him or to us?
I think you know full well the answer to that question is both. But for the moment, you may not have a choice.
Sounds about right.
But I would keep an eye on him.
Absolutely. I did. One has to.
Okay. I'm going to put you back in.
Okay.
Aha.
Aha!
So,
All right.
yeah. So you are in this hallway space.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, we're looking around for keys as we talk.
Yeah. You don't see any keys in here. I will say with those perception checks, you do also see that there is a similar ensconced gem next to the high security door.
So we need a key to get in there.
Well, I mean, as Mathis has already demonstrated, he can make his own keys, so...
Yeah, I'm not going to do that a bunch of times, though, because eventually that's going to catch up with me, hurts-wise. I mean, I could do it several more times if need be, but don't want to. Certainly, I might even do it for, like, Genasi friend if he was right here, but I'm definitely not doing it for any of these probably going to stab me in the back people.
I wonder, do you think just destroying these locks would turn off the bars?
I mean, it seemed to work when I did it, but I would recommend destroying them at, like, a distance.
That I can do. And standing at the distance from the cell the drows are in,
Okay.
you two stand back. And I Eldritch Blast the sconce.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
Roll 2 attack rolls.
Oh yeah, I could take 2 of the doors down at once if I wanted. Yeah, it's that. Oh,
I was thinking I was figuring you were just gonna double tap the one door, but that's true,
I mean,
guess.
if it doesn't break the first time, sure, I'll decide that's its target. All right, it's +6. You know what? That hits. I rolled a natural 17. It's +6.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, the door has 30 AC.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah. So damage is. Where's my fucking? There it is. 6 damage.
Okay. The Eldritch Blast slams into the topaz and blasts a chip off, but everything else seems to stay in place.
Okay. So the bars didn't even like flicker or anything?
Nope.
And the fact that it was radiant damage doesn't do anything? I don't know. So many things are void. I have to wonder.
Well, it seems like the bars are fire damage based on my experience with them, but
True, but yeah, I don't know if the lock is. Those topaz, and that's kind of no, never mind. Okay, so that took damage, but didn't really do anything. I could probably just keep shooting until it
The drow pulled back from the bars because a shot just went off next to them with no particular announcement.
I told them to stand back.
yeah, he did say stand back from the bars. I'm literally don't think he could have said what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they still backed up because you definitely just shot the wall by where they're sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Valid.
Well, that did not do as much as I'd hoped. Unless I can somehow shove a dagger into that crack or whatever.
I mean, I probably wouldn't, but...
Okay. What else can we even do here?
I think we have to come back for them. I'm sure
that's an option. So pretty much there's just the cells, the high security door, and the door to outside. That's it. There's no like boxes or crates around or anything.
It's a pretty barren hallway.
Okay.
It is a prison holding hallway. It is kept exceptionally bare of anything.
Okay, I think we may have to come back.
Good idea. Great idea.
We should check in the secure holding real quick, too.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to go through that door just to look and
So-
see what's in there.
As
You
you
mean you're
get
going
there
to try?
and try the handle, the door does not open.
Well, fuck me. All right, well, I'm gonna guess I'm not gonna be allowed to pick the magic locks, and even if I could, I don't have my thieves' tools, so let's go find my things.
All right.
I'm gonna head towards the big door.
Exit stage.
Okay. At the big door, there is a wheel about center mass on it.
Any markings or anything? Any hints on which way to turn it?
No.
Okay, I'll grab it and try counterclockwise.
Okay. You go, you grip it, and being your big Goliath self, a new form that you are suddenly coming to grips with, you go to give it a nice hard twist, and it goes toom.
Okay, is that it's stuck or?
Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere.
Ah.
It turns like a fraction of an inch and then nothing.
Well, if left doesn't, try right, and I turn it clockwise.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
As you turn it clockwise, it goes that same quarter of an inch, but this time as it hits that point, the entire door starts to roll along with the wheel.
Oh, one of those doors. Okay, cool. I keep rolling it until it's open.
Okay. You see in the room beyond a semicircle chamber with a long window running along the far wall, a ladder off to the left, a door set in the right hand wall, and flanking the sides of that far wall are two heavy suits of armor.
Mm-hmm.
Well then.
I'm getting flashbacks, guys.
Agreed, but not quite as much greenery around here, so wouldn't be the same.
Hope you're right.
Though if it is, we do have Micah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
so there's a door and a
Looks
ladder.
like it's shocked.
I'm
Sorry.
glad I'm the only one.
And along that flat
Thought I'm not
wall,
the
there
only
is a
one.
window with darkly tinted glass.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's tinted, but can we see anything through it?
You can give me a perception check.
So 13 plus 15.
Yeah. No, you see nothing.
Okay.
Mathis? Yes, I believe. Mathis and Fira, give me perception checks.
Uh, 26.
8.
Okay, Mathis, you don't see anything. Also, why are you muted?
Stuff going on in the house.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll switch to push to talk.
Fair enough. So, yeah, Fira, you notice that a few figures appear to be moving on the far side of the glass. And you all suspect that something is going on as the already fairly moderate to slightly dim orange light clicks down into a darker, deeper orange, and you start to hear whoop, whoop, whoop.
Guys.
That's an alarm, isn't it?
As the side door over there is thrown open, and you see a half-orc figure come charging out.
Of course.
Sword drawn and at the ready.
And that's initiative?
That is initiative.
All right.
Ooh! Why do I get a nat 20 on the things that don't really matter for a nat?
21.
So 24. That's 2 in a row I'm going first. What the fuck is this?
Well, Mathis hasn't
29.
rolled yet. I was gonna say. There's a thing that Mathis does well that he always does. These guys rolled exceptionally well, and they still didn't beat most of you. All right. Mathis.
So is it the half orc and what else?
Nothing else has exited the office. He is standing at the office door.
Gotcha. All right. And he looks like he's ready to throw down.
He has his sword out and he is ready to go.
What's he wearing for clothes? Like, what is it? The same uniform that I am familiar with?
Yes, he is wearing. So, for the folks that have never seen it before, he is wearing a orange, an orange tunic of leather, tooled with a sun that is about a quarter sunk below the horizon line.
Okay.
And it's a deep orangey leather, and running off of the bottom are panels that continue down over his legs in additional off colors of different like amber and trimmed in like a tangerine.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
And he has a scimitar out ready to go. Mathis, what are you doing?
That's a good question. I just have my dagger, right?
Yes.
Also, alrighty. I'm going.
Your AC is collectively, I believe, 8 plus your Dex modifier.
10 plus your Dex modifier.
10. Okay.
Yes. Not super great. Alright, I'm Uh, I'm actually going to cast Hunter's Mark on him, which because I'm a ranger, I can do without concentration. And besides that, I'm actually going to. How far is he from me?
About 30 feet. Assuming that you were all standing by that door when Zyden opened it.
Sure.
Oh, I should probably also roll for...
I'm gonna say we should probably back up a little bit, but I don't want to go run up to this guy quite yet. So I'm just actually going to I'm gonna hold a melee attack with the trigger of him getting within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna back out of the room a little ways.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's up?
Stand by.
Me? Question mark?
Apparently my neighbor is hammering at something. Yes, Kira, you are up.
Is me. Okay. So, small room, big room.
It's about 30 feet from the arched door to the far wall.
Okay. I'm going to use my favorite spell, and not the fart cloud, the other one. And I'm gonna cast. Well, how far apart are the? Is it only one guy, or there's more than one guy in there?
You see figures moving on the other side of the window.
Okay.
You
How
rolled
close is this guy to the window?
this guy. He's standing by that door on the right-hand side. So, like, 5 feet.
Excellent. I'm going to cast Shatter between him and the window.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah.
You
For a
might wanna
bard,
do
you
it for
love
the
using
guys
the
on-
spells that don't take any verbal components.
Yeah. You'd think.
That's gonna be a 12.
That is gonna fail. You
Oh,
might
boy.
wanna. You might wanna roll for the guys on the other side of the window if they're within 7 feet of it, roughly. 'Cause,
They have a much more pressing issue. So roll me some damage.
the window's gonna explode. That's fair.
You just cast Shatter on a
glass.
window.
Yeah, I realize this now. Yeah.
Now, I
so-
thought that was part of the plan.
It was part of the plan, and the part that was not a part of the plan was the 20 damage. So,
Oh.
thunder damage. Sir.
Yeah.
A 6, a 6, and an 8.
So one of the guys inside, sort of looks up in time to watch you, give just a quick gesture and dives under the table on the far side of the glass.
Okay.
But the other one is paying, 0 attention,
Mm-hmm.
as the explosive bit of thunder rockets out.
Mhm.
I have to roll for the guy standing outside too.
Yeah.
And you watch as he slams sideways,
Mhm.
and where he pastes against the wall, he immediately falls over, and doesn't move.
Well, that was easy.
I poke my head back.
Everything.
I poke my head back in the room. Oh, we're killing them. Okay.
The
I try to.
the shower of glass roars into the far room on the other side of the door, and absolutely just spears the other orc that stayed standing.
Mhm.
And you also hear from below the window line.
Okay.
So
Here, I'm just going to assume that despite this starting as a stealth mission, stealth was never really an option.
Yeah, you kind of died before we could establish that. Sorry.
I mean, in fairness, I'm pretty sure they didn't know we were here until I broke myself out of jail, but...
Or the fact that Vera made another explosion in the sewers.
that also might be true. Point is, those guys are all messed up. I'm guessing the orc is probably still standing.
notably, the other one that you saw on the other side of the glass, also some manner of orc. And neither one of them is moving.
Oh, they're both down?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
Can't go home. Can't go run and
However,
tell mommy if they're dead. So
the one that managed to did they take half damage on a successful save?
yes.
Okay. The last one stands up and pulls a chunk of dark glass from his shoulder and throws it aside, and he looks angrily back in your direction.
Fantastic.
He holds up his hands
Mm-hmm.
and waves them about in a circle, and a ring of fire appears, and a blast fires out in your direction.
My direction.
Oh yeah, you just killed 3 of his friends.
Nice.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Does it
Oh.
miss?
Oh, it not only misses, but I need my meat book. Hold on.
Oh dear lord. Okay.
So the ones you took out with that attack, did that include the one that actually came into this room? Or is that the one that's...
Yes, that includes that
So,
boy. That boy's down.
Mathis, you haven't had this experience,
Okay.
but as you're suddenly discovering, sometimes magic
Oh, no.
in
dear.
the astral sea,
Oh, it's that book.
when it goes wrong,
There's a critical fail table, I get it.
eh,
I know you were about to give me 300 words for that one-line explanation,
okay,
and I love you, but I want to play the game.
fair enough. All of a sudden, the spell fizzles and a wave of heat sort of fills the room around him, and you watch as a bleary-eyed look passes over his face. And I have to see what the hell this spell does.
Big woof.
But yes, as a point of reference, when you roll a 1 on your spells, I know you're not exactly the spell type, but...
More importantly, I don't think I have anything that makes an actual attack roll. Have a lot of stuff that is saving throws.
Yes. Nobody is within 10 feet of him. He does get a wisdom saving throw for what that's worth. And he gets a nat 20.
Of course. At least he can roll something, right?
Alright. So it manages to shake off the haze, but it has expended its turn. It'll spend its bonus action to draw a sword and walk to the office door.
Okay.
But that being the end of his turn, Zyden, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Wait, so just trying to clear up something. You took out 3 enemies with the shatter. Was that including the one who first came in here?
Yes.
So the one who just cast that was out in the room beyond the glass.
Correct.
Window.
There's no more glass.
The glass is gone.
Yeah.
There's just a hole
There's
in the
some
wall.
shards of it still kind of sitting in the frame, but mostly there's a big hole into what appears to be some manner of guard post office with a series of lockers in it.
Ah, excellent. Okay.
And
The
he's
one
walked to
that's
the
still
office door.
standing.
Yes.
The one that's still standing is going to get 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Sure.
Point my weapon and boom, boom. That is a
Finger
9.
gun's a good spell.
Yeah, it's a 9 for the first one,
That's gonna miss.
and a 21 for the second.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. And that is 7 damage.
Okay. Micah is going to quickly cast Shillelagh and sidle on over and crack this guy in the face.
Sounds right.
And Micah rolls a
Actually.
natural 20.
Nice. 2d8.
Yeah, he absolutely just... He cracks the dude under the chin, and the head just spins around. And the last orc falls over.
Good job, big guy.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I pop my head back in the room. Oh. Well, okay then. I was going to be strategic, but I guess y'all had that.
You haven't met us very well, I guess.
I was...
In his defense, he's only known us for, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
but
we
for us to figure that out about
we're
each
pretty
other.
good with the whole hit him with a stick strategy.
Anyway, I start stripping one of these guys butt-ass naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good chance that your stuff is in those lockers over there.
Excellent. Still stripping these guys butt-ass naked. I'm finding one in my size.
The 3 in the room all appear to be orcs. So they're a little uncomfortably big compared to
Yeah,
you.
whatever.
And as you start to work at the armor, you do hear still...
Fantastic. They're still coming.
Yeah, well, I want armor, so...
Okay. So you set about the 10 minutes to get the armor off of one of those guys.
That's for heavy armor. Light armor doesn't take that long. Not even close.
Really?
I'm pretty sure doffing light armor is like a minute or 2. Hang on.
I would think maybe 5 minutes. But actually, light armor, it really depends.
I'm sure Tim can Google faster than I can. donning and doffing. See armor and trades.
Light armor, 1 minute.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
And donning it also takes a minute. So
Oh.
2 minutes total.
Cool.
Yeah, heavy armor donning it is 10 and doffing it is 5, so it'll be 15 total. And medium armor is 5 and 1
Okay.
for future reference.
Good to know.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to take the 20 rounds to get this armor on, and I'm gonna go, please cover me.
Okay.
So, as you round into the office, you do see that there were 2 more orcs, and you do see a small, well, not small, a about waist-high canine-looking figure adorned in a amber-looking armor.
Oh, it's a puppy.
It's also very dead.
Oh, it's a puppy.
Is it like, when you say canine, do you mean it's like a dog, like a gnoll, or it's like 4-legged friend?
Like a 4-legged, doesn't look quite that friendly. And the hairless tail gives you the distinct impression that it's not quite a dog. But
we're not talking a canid person.
no.
Gotcha. Cool. Let me know when I have this armor on, because I'm gonna start digging through these lockers for my shit.
I'm gonna assume it's.
Oh, also, are these guys wearing?
That thing? It'd be a nature check.
So, oh yeah, you can give me a nature check. What was your question, Tim? Yes, they are, I think, is the answer. But what was the question?
Circlets.
Yes, they are.
Hey guys, these things are walkie-talkies. I point at their circlets.
Oh.
They let you talk to other people who have circlets on.
You don't know what a walkie-talkie is.
These things are shouty circles. Wary swearies.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. Y'all already got the Rocky Talkie, and I don't know anything about that. So
That's valid. I do have a
that thing was excellent. So.
Oh.
Like that joke doesn't make any sense in that without the contents of a walkie-talkie, and you didn't yell at Alex for that. So
yeah, because I do a plot of good pun.
Actually, Bree came up with it.
But anyway,
It's a rock, and you talk into it. It's a rocky
no.
talkie.
I love it. It doesn't make any more sense than what I said.
valid.
So anyway, yeah, these things.
Wouldn't you know what a stone of far speech is? Maybe.
Right, but I wouldn't know the phrase "Rocky Talkie" because I wasn't in the group when he said that, and also it doesn't mean anything because we don't have walkie-talkies.
I mean, you might have
Regardless,
referred to the circles that way.
Yeah, it was a joke. Get off my ass.
Yeah.
I need you to get all the way up off my ass. Anyway,
Right. So my nature check was a 14.
Yeah. You know that there are various canines of certain outlying plains, and especially of different parts of the sea. What this one is specifically, you're not entirely sure. You know that it's dead.
Fair enough. All right. I guess this is loot the room time, and I will be among whatever else is there. I am looking for the keys.
Keys.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. Actually, hold on 2 more
24.
seconds. 24. Okay, give me 2 more seconds.
All right.
You search around and you actually find a couple of things that you are pretty certain associate with the keys of the door. You find a small little metallic diamond-shaped object set with a another topaz on the belt of that last guy that stood up and did a bit of the casting. And you also find on the inside wall, just behind where the window used to be, a large panel set with a series of other topaz crystals. There's about 12 buttons on the panel. Nope. I can remember how math works. There's about 30 buttons on the panel.
Oh, that's a lot more buttons.
Yeah.
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 And you can pretty clearly read what they say. I'm gonna push you into the other thing so I can explain it to you.
Quick question,
Yeah.
Dustin, before you go. Do any of these guys have shields?
Nope.
What did they have for melee weapons?
They had.
I know they had at least a scimitar.
Yes. It actually appears that all three of them had scimitars.
Getting me a scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. Gonna do that. Yeah. So you see a series of a 4x4 set that are actually just numbers. You see one that says exit all. You see one that says alert. You see one that says actually that one you can't read.
Oh. The alert one, is it like flashing or anything?
Nothing on the panel appears to be flashing.
Ah. So are these like buttons or switches?
Give me a...
For pretty much being able to tell if one is on or off, that sort of thing.
I'll say as part of your investigation check, you get the impression that the ones under the numbers are switches, and the rest appear to be buttons.
Okay. Is the alarm still going off?
Yes.
I'm gonna. I feel like it's a button, so I can't even tell if it's like switched on. The alarm button.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I hit it, either another alarm's going to go off or it'll turn off the one that's already going off. So first, I'm gonna. You said one of them was exit all?
Yes.
Huh. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I'll hit that one. Yeah. Yeah. And whether or not I notice anything, I'll hit the alarm next to try and turn it off.
Okay.
Also, wait.
Okay.
Should we be back in the normal chat so I can tell everyone what all these are and then we decide?
Bear with me a moment. I'm writing out the ones that you can read.
Oh, okay.
And I miscounted again. I don't think there's quite 30 of them. uh, 25. I overshot. I carried that number wrong. There's 25 of them. And I can push you back to the thing, but if you just push the things, I can also just tell you what happens.
Yeah, let's go back to the...
Okay. All right.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just... Is Fira or Mathis or Micah nearby? Like, are they all doing their own stuff, or can I just point this out to people?
Micah's helping to peel one of the bodies of its stuff.
Okay.
Fira, what are you doing?
I'm kind of relishing in the fact that I killed 3 guys with 1 blow.
Yeah, mad props.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. That was a good move.
Also, you just clean knocked over that suit of armor, by the way.
Of course I did.
Yeah. Anyway.
So nothing. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. So Fira's kind of out in the main room, just kind of taking in a moment. Micah is peeling stuff off of a body. And Mathis is currently like a cocaine addict tearing his way through lockers looking for his stash. Am I mischaracterizing what Mathis is doing right now?
No, I want my things back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you think if I hit the button labeled alert, it'll turn off this alarm?
Yeah. Or backfire, but it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
I'd say
all right.
try it, I guess.
I'll do that first, I guess. There's a bunch of buttons here. I'll hit that one.
Okay. As you press alert, the whoop, 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 and it's not.
Excellent. That's exactly what I needed it to do. All right.
Mathis.
Looks like we got
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say, Mathis, you do eventually tear open one of the lockers along the back wall, and you distinctly see a bloodied set of armor, and the rest of your stuff sort of piled on in. Sans a couple of items.
I'm assuming the sans items are going to be the jewel-encrusted hand, the magic crystal doodad, all of my money, and besides that, I'm not 100% sure.
So as you dig through, the crystal doodad is gone.
Yeah, I figured they would put that back.
your money is gone. Your original circlet is gone.
Yeah, I figured all the stuff I stole is probably gone.
Notably, crystal hand is still there.
Gross. I hand that off to Zyden, and I go, "Hey, remember those gross crystal guys I was talking about? Here you go." And
that looks just great.
I pop my buckler onto my arm. I toss the scimitar aside and tuck my rapier into the, I assume, belt of this tunic that I'm wearing. This armor is just exclusively better than my previous, now punched full of holes armor, so we're just gonna leave that there.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm basically just dressed like one of these guards at this point, and I grab one of those circlets too, and I grab 2 more or 3 more, and I go, "Hey, y'all should hang on to these, even if you don't wear them."
There are for however you want to measure it, only 3 of them.
I thought there were 4 guys.
3 guys and a dog.
Oh, okay.
And
I grab
the dog is not wearing a circlet.
That's fair. I almost want to steal the cool purple dog armor, but I feel like that would be pushing it for how much stuff I can just kind of carry
Just
on.
a little.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit much. It's actual like plate barding and looks fairly heavy.
No, that's mad cool. I wish I could take some, but not the highest level of importance of things that I need. Anyway, I hand the 2 of them that are being played by people who are, their own character.
Mm-hmm.
I hand them the communication rings. I don't care if you put these on; they're probably not going to be useful until we can attune to them. But here you go.
All right then. I put one on my head.
Okay.
I as well will wear mine.
It's not like there's hair in the way. All right, so the other buttons here, we got the numbers 1 through 16, and then exit all. Do you think if I hit exit all, it'll just turn off all the jail doors?
Might.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to tuck that scimitar under my belt too, just in case I want an offhand weapon.
Okay.
And I'll return the dagger.
Okay.
Thanks.
Because I now have my own.
That's fair.
Anyway, alright, well, now that I am not basically naked, I am much more down to clown with whatever we are going to be doing. About at this point, how long has it been since we started combat?
From the start of combat, it's probably been about, I would say, give or take, maybe about 5 minutes by the time you finish taking armor off of one guy, putting it on, and then tearing ass through, like, all of the stuff.
Excellent.
And at this point, you do hear a hatch open at the top of that ladder outside.
Of course.
Oakley dokley. Let's go out there. Unless there's another exit from here that I'm not.
Wait, should we free the prisoners first?
Can we? You haven't told me about literally any way we would be able to do that.
Except, yes, I just did.
You said there was an alert button. Should I press it? You didn't say any of the other buttons did anything.
You missed a lot, didn't you?
I
said
guess. Or you muted.
there's switches here with numbers 1 through 16 and one that says exit all. If I hit exit all, should we? Do you think?
Oh yeah, purge. Oh yeah, 100%. Fucking let's cabin in the woods this shit. Purge all.
All right, I hit it.
Okay. So just as a voice calls down from the top of the ladder, in a voice that only really Zyden understands, Zyden, you hear from the top of the ladder a man yelling in Celestial, hey, Balroga, is everything okay down there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. As you're in the middle of yelling that, and you press the exit all button, the large metallic door over the arch rolls back and slams back into place.
the fuck?
You very briefly hear a sound to the effect of.
Oh no! Was it a switch?
Did you guys launch? Did you launch everyone into space?
It was a
Yeah,
button. And as soon as you pressed it, this happened.
Oh no, you killed them.
I also need you to roll a persuasion check.
I'm glad my friend wasn't in there.
Persuasion check. Okay.
I would have felt super bad.
19.
Okay. The alert went off, and we've been trying to raise you on. We've been trying to message you, and you haven't responded.
Yeah, sorry about that. The dog got real yippy and went over the place and knocked my circlet off and fucking hit the alarm button. We got him down though, it's fine.
I said that those dogs were a bad idea when they got here. We should have just sent them back on the ship.
Is this guy
I don't know why they let one down here near the equipment, but it's fine. He's down, it's good. He's sleeping now.
Okay. Well, just don't let him do it again.
Don't have to tell me twice.
I'll let Capri know.
Alright.
And the hatch at the top of the ladder goes clunk.
I can't believe that worked.
I've met you. I can't believe that worked. No,
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Adafira.
you're not as charming as I am. So, happens.
You do realize we haven't really gotten to talk to too many people other than the three of us and a few of the crew on the ship?
Yeah.
I
Whatever.
cannot believe the two of you are having a charisma measuring contest right now.
If y'all are wondering, I have a +6 to persuasion. It helps.
Oh. Fair.
So, what just happened there? Did we just jettison all those people?
I mean, at the moment, the hatch to the back into the cell room is currently closed. But the rushing sound has stopped.
Someone want to try? Someone want to try opening the door?
Almost got stuck in my
sure.
organization voice.
So you,
I'm gonna go over and gently try and roll the door open a little bit.
sure.
No, but this space doesn't operate with a vacuum, so it's not gonna suck me out or anything.
You roll the door back open, and lean your head inside, and where you had become accustomed to the sort of occasional breath and shuffle of those in captivity, the hall is much more quiet than it was a couple of moments ago.
There's just no one in the cells now.
If you walk down, you pass by all the cells where you had previously seen various figures, and none of them are there.
I walk back into the thing. You fucked up.
I mean, I asked first.
No, you said
that was the right one to
well,
hit.
yeah, sure, but asking should we release all these people and should we let them plummet to their death very much two different things.
My question was, do you think this will open all the doors?
Oh, let me put it this way: I'm not torn up about this, but let's be clear: this was you that did this.
Guys, the moral
Now,
of this,
well, while you were out
the
there,
moral of this is there goes all our help.
maybe not all of it.
Most of.
Was the high security door still closed?
When you walked into the hallway, it appeared to still be shut.
Yeah, but we don't
There's
know.
a
what's done.
separate button for high security.
Is there a purge all for the high security? Because don't press that.
No. I mean, it just says high security.
Also, I don't feel great that this whole time my life relied on one guy not accidentally hitting that button. That is bad security design.
That's why we took you out of there, so relax.
Right, but I've been in here for a day, and somebody could have just, like, ate shit and bumped into that button and killed me. Like, there wasn't, like, a fucking case over it or anything. It was a button. Somebody could have just fat-thumbed that, and I would have died.
Fair.
Maybe. I don't know where they went. Maybe they got teleported somewhere else. I'm gonna pretend they're in, like, Bermuda. Makes me feel better about what just happened.
All right, I'm gonna hit the button that says high security.
Okay.
Okay. So as you push it, you definitely hear at the far end of the room.
All right,
I'm gonna go
that's
look
exactly
through
what I
that
expected.
door.
Hmm?
I'm gonna go look through that door.
Sure. As you push that door open, you enter a room that has 5 liquid tubes along the back wall. And floating in one of the tubes appears to be a almost metallic skinned man with very light colored hair and a tube up his nose. But he does not look to be Genasi.
So
Well,
got like a
yeah.
full-on back to tank going on back there. Apparently, Zyden is still over by the buttons.
Yes.
I kind of shout to relay what I'm seeing.
Okay.
What do you want me to do with him? Also, is there... what tank is he in? Like, from, like, counting from the door?
Well, they sort of run perpendicular to the door. So
Okay.
he's sort of
Left to right.
left to right. He is the 4th one over.
Yeah, this guy's 4 tanks in from the left. All the other tanks are empty.
Well then, did you? I know they often tell you not to do this, but have you tried tapping on the glass?
No.
I'm kind of scared to tell you to
Should
tap on the
I?
glass.
I mean,
Do
couldn't
it from
hurt.
a distance. Grab a stick.
Something tells me if he could have broken out of that glass, he would have already.
I take my rapier out and I use like the tip to just kind of rap on the glass a little bit.
Sure. Give for lack of a better term,
Give me a sleight of hand check. I want to say give me a performance check, but that's not accurate either.
What are you going for?
To see how well you convey sound through the tube.
Fair, I guess. That's gonna be a 17.
Yeah, so you reach up and you tink, tink, tink. And the man's eyes snap open and he surges up against the tube. And he stares out at you, and you see in place of what should be eyes and irises, there appears to be a burning golden fire and a small diamond at the end of a staff shape, floating in the burning blaze of his eyes.
I would have walked over by now since stuff was apparently going on, but they were doing that while I was walking. So do I see this guy too?
If you approach at this point, yeah.
It sounds like you just described that symbol.
Yeah. It's exactly what I described.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Actually, kind of want to. Hold on a second.
I could push you to the other one if you need me to.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh boy.
I get the sense that this space station is the Zyden plot corner.
So mental note to Alistar. This ring any bells? Because that symbol looks very familiar.
I'm still recovering. I can see you, but I cannot see what you see.
Do you recall the journal I took from the manor? The symbol that was on its cover.
Of the key?
That's what that symbol is? Well, it's burning in this man's eyes.
What? No, that's impossible.
Since you can't see what I'm seeing now, there is a man in this pipe, this tube full of water, the tube up his nose, and he opened his eyes when Mathis tapped on the glass. His eyes are not but fire and this symbol.
You describe a key. If what you say is true, then this figure is important.
Well, he was behind a door and labeled high security. But it looks like they're keeping him prisoner here.
In a realm that belongs to the sisters.
Yes, if they are keeping him prisoner, should we release him?
bears the mark of a key. Yes, they must not be allowed to keep him.
All I needed to hear. Back to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That was unexpected. And note that symbol in his eyes there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fira, remember the manor? I found the notebook of the guy in charge there, and it had this symbol on it. The same symbol. That's
Oh, the dead guy. Yep.
Yeah, this is important. I think we should let him out.
Can I, like, insight check on him to see if he seems like he means us, like, harm?
Sure.
That's gonna be a 13.
Harm is unclear. By his wide-eyed expression and watching his eyes dart about back and forth between you, he seems frightened. And what a frightened person would do is unclear.
Fair. I don't have free him. Whatever. We can handle him, I think.
Yeah.
If he's a problem. Maybe not. Who knows?
Something tells me he's going to be more of a problem to his captors than to the ones who let him go.
Probably. But you know what? With this shit, with these people, I've not come to expect them to be predictable in any particular way, so...
Can he hear us through the glass?
Probably very muffled, if at all.
He looks at you as you say that, and he nods.
Can I roll an insight check to see if I can tell what race he is? Or species, whatever.
You can give me an Arcana check.
X. That's gonna be a 14.
Yeah. You only know what these are called because you've seen one before. He looks a little bit more like a Goliath now. But he definitely has the same, like, affected skin tone and general, like, waif hair that Zyden did until a brief time ago.
And I assume he's covered in rune-like markings from head to toe.
They don't appear to run out over his hands and feet, but you
Yeah.
do see some markings, like...
Manner of speaking.
Yes.
So Spira pauses and looks at Zyden and goes, Can you try and talk to him? He kind of looks like you did.
He already nodded at
I
us
know.
talking in common. He can understand us.
He nods again.
Yeah. You're an
you
Aasimar, yes?
I throw him a "What's up, homie?" and thieves can't.
Stand by a second.
Oh, no.
I have to go into my character files.
Is he a rogue? Because if he's not a rogue and doesn't have... I'm not even sure comprehend languages lets you know what thieves can't is.
I don't
No.
Thieves Can't tends to be different depending on the DM. Like, is it a written-only language? Is it something...
Well, it is. Thieves' Cant is very specifically not a written language. It is a language that is a combination of hand signs and innuendos that allow you to like say things. Like Thieves' Cant can be any language, but it's like a bunch of stuff where you're like, Mrs. O'Donnell has the nicest tea, and that means meet me at the docks at 6 o'clock so we can shiv a guy. Like,
Nice.
it's not strict. It's kind of like druidic. It's not strictly speaking a language. It's more of like a way of like masking your true meaning.
Fair enough.
I don't know if this works. Hold on.
Oh dear.
If you're still crunching your brain over whether or not he gets Thieves' Cant, that was a joke, and I don't care that much.
Okay, because you know what? I'm gonna say yes, as far as I can tell. So, he looks back at you and, you know, gives you the, like, wrist clap and then, like, flaps his fingers like a bird, which you
Dope.
just are like, oh, yeah. He's like, yo, what good?
Slightly taken aback because I did not expect the magical tube Goliath to know Thieves' Cant, but alrighty, let's get this. Let's
Well,
get
he
this
said he looked
homie
like
out.
an Asimar, not a Goliath.
No, he's the Asimar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, never mind. I thought you said he was a Goliath.
No, I'm saying
looks
the
like
Asimar
Zyden.
that Fira is familiar with.
Yeah,
Once
I used to be
very
an Asimar.
very recently looked very much like this guy.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, let's let this guy out.
All right. Gonna look around for an easy way to get him out. That isn't just
Isn't there just a fucking button back in the thing?
Well, I mean, there's a button to open the room.
Right, there's a button in like the command center that corresponds to this tube, I would assume.
Does it have a number above it?
You do note that there are no numbers on the tubes in here. There is a small inset topaz crystal at the base of the tube.
Shatter it is then.
No, let's not let's not let the tube go boom before we get him out. All right. Gonna go back to the guard's room and see if there's an actual physical key lying around that would go to this.
So
Found the panels, and that was about it.
During your investigation before, you did spot a little diamond-shaped pendant with an inset topaz on the belt of the one guy that you killed.
I'm gonna grab that, bring
Okay.
it back up.
So, what do you do with it?
I'm gonna touch it against the thing on the tube.
Cool. So as you do so, very briefly, the pendant glows, and then the spot on the tube glows, and the guy sort of drifts back in the tube as all of the water starts to swirl and twist and drain away. And he kind of drops to his feet and then all the way down to his knees, and slowly the glass on the tube drops.
Sarah takes an apprehensive
All
step
right, there.
backwards.
Easy. Take your time, catch your breath.
You watch as he just aggravatedly like pulls the tubing out of his nose.
I offer a friendly but firm handshake.
Sarah stays away.
I'm just kind of
That,
crouching
thank you.
so that I'm closer to his level.
Thank you. It has been so long in there, and you are dressed as the gods, but you.
Oh, he
Well-
just took that armor. We
I am dressed as the guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
We-
so
I assure you, until very recently, I was a prisoner in the next room.
I you did not come in under the pretense of the many armed guards with weapons drawn, or with
Oh, they're
encounters
down.
in tow.
That's because we
Well,
don't know what the fuck we're doing. To be
the
honest.
ones down here are no longer. We no longer have to worry about them.
You are usurpers then.
I
Dude.
take offense to that.
We are explorers.
Mathis is just like, I've been called worse.
I'm more than just. Mm-hmm.
We're
Men and
The-
women
the
of
three of us-
wayfaring, I appreciate it.
yes.
Sure.
To be honest, the three of us, gesturing to Zyden, Adafira, and Micah, are here searching for star charts so we can find out where the hell we are in order to actually get home. This guy we just met.
Oh, yes, I suppose that would be terribly helpful. Of course. Well, then, do you have them? These
No.
charts?
We, how much do you know about where you currently are in this base?
I know that this cannot possibly be my home, and that I must be so terribly far from my city, but
You and me both, and that will be
Sounds
an
about right.
explanation. By the way, my name is Zyden Dowensar.
Zyden,
Kira.
it's lovely to meet you. My name is Chromat Zushin.
Excuse me?
Chromat Zushin. You can call me Chrome if you want.
So,
This is impossible.
Is Google an acceptable nickname?
No, we can call him Matt, because that is what I called him back where we're from.
Come again?
How is this possible?
Matt, I have not gone by Matt since I was first studying scripture. What do you mean you called me that back?
He never looks like this up until 20 minutes ago, an hour
Yes,
ago.
I only recently took this form. I died like half an hour ago and was reincarnated. It's complicated. I used to be an Asimar.
In Celestial, he says, then perhaps you remember where we are from?
And I respond in Celestial, yes, I do. And we worked at the same university.
I'm afraid you have me confused for someone else, my friend. I am an archaeologist. I work in the field. I've never taught in a school.
Fascinating. Because this is very strange to me, and it's going to be a strange question to you. How old are you?
I mean, it's a touch personal, but 717.
Hi.
And Zyden would know how old Chromat was the last he saw.
Yeah, the better end of about
200 years older than that.
Good God. Okay. All right.
Zai, you okay?
No. No, I'm not. The
Well,
Chromat
okay.
I knew, the Chromat Zushin I knew, was a good 200 years older than that.
It's common for people to have the same name.
I was about to say that is
Same
not
first and last?
I've seen it.
I mean, if you have a large enough population, yes.
We've had a couple of instances of that where I'm from, and it's not necessarily fun to sort through.
I'm sorry if you rather thought I was this chromat that you knew, but
The Chromat that I knew is dead. So you may understand my surprise.
I'm terribly sorry for your loss, my friend. Look, I'm happy to unpack history later, but I do feel that we are rather standing in still a dangerous place. Could we perhaps make an exit from this space?
Yes.
I would rather like
Sure.
to not go back in the tube.
That is a very good idea. However, we still need to find these star charts.
Yes, we do.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be of terribly much help in that matter. I could tell you how to get to the operating theater, but
The what now?
the operating theater.
They were operating on you?
From time to time, at least as much as I could remember. It's all a bit fuzzy.
Why don't we start with there? It's likely going to bring us to more troubles, but we're all better equipped now.
I cannot possibly imagine that your star charts would be there.
We're gonna find us someone that'll know where they are.
Do
Right
you
now.
actually believe? So I don't know about this actual space station, but I actually think I was in the room where the star charts were on the ship that I was on.
You were?
I believe I passed through there at some point. I also passed through a room that had a bunch of mirrors in it, like a weird crystal that I think was for like making phone calls or something. Or, I don't know, mirror calls, because I'm sure phones don't exist, and Dustin was about to correct me.
There.
Well, if you know a room where the charts are, perhaps we make haste there and then quickly make our exit.
Well, unfortunately, my plan of free all of these prisoners and then go steal that big-ass boat kind of just hurtled out the window, and I don't think the five of us are going to be able to sail that big-ass ship, even if we knew how. So...
How did you come to be on this station?
A longboat, which is currently parked beneath the sewers.
Cold-cocked by an angel.
What?
You asked how I got here.
I
I got my rib cage punched in by an angel.
An actual angel?
Yep, remember that cherub guy I was talking about? The name's not for show. He's about 8 feet tall, orange as fuck, and has wings.
Fascinating.
Intimidating at all.
if you crossed swords with a full-blooded angel, you are quite impressive to still be alive.
I mean, he could have killed me. I'm guessing he's going to let this purple crystal do the job. We didn't get along. I think I might have hurt his pride a little bit.
Sorry, purple crystal.
I show the weird purple veiny marks on my chest. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Oh, interesting. And he actually reaches out to touch it.
What are you doing?
Well, this lattice work, it's organic and arcane. And as he touches it, a small bit of golden fire jumps from his fingertips onto the crystalline spread along your side, and it actually, you watch as some of the dark veining just beneath your skin actually pulls back towards the crystal.
Can you, take this thing out of me?
I would have to understand what it is first. If I just go messing about with it, I could probably just kill you right here.
That'd be great if we didn't do that. But if you need to understand it, understand away. I've heard tell that there's a surgery theater. If that would help you.
I mean, it would perhaps take me time, and also I will remind you that there is an entire score of men with sharp, pointy sticks.
Yeah, I'm good at rolling them off.
Yeah, we've unalived several of them, and I took down about a dozen of them by myself on my first visit to this awful place. So I'm not overly worried about them unless we run into literally 3 people on this boat that I would be concerned about taking in a fight. That being said, you're probably right that we should stop being around here now. Although it seems like Zyden managed to bluff us out of immediate danger.
Yeah, for some reason I was able to imitate an orc while speaking Celestial. I don't know how that worked. Though I guess my deeper voice now may have helped.
Was he dressed as in the same orange garb as you all?
We literally did not see him.
He was just calling down the hatch.
Probably.
Well, if he bears those marks, then he serves one of the sisters, and it is not perhaps a surprise that he knows Celestial.
Are the sisters ladies in purple robes that look magic as fuck?
Yes.
You
we
watch
haven't met one yet.
So you watch as you say that, his expression pales, and he's already pale from,
being in a tube, we get it.
Yeah. But he pales even further, and he says, she's not here, is she?
Well, she was on the boat that brought me here, so very possibly. She seemed to be friends with Guy, who I really want to make his life less great. I almost tackled her into the ocean, but she was surprisingly sturdy.
If you had made an affront to the Dark Sister, I am quite surprised that you are not in a fate far worse than death.
Well, I mean, I have been condemned to slowly have a crystal eat my body, so I don't know that we're necessarily out of the wind as far as that goes, but we'll find out. I'm mostly pissed off Big Orange and Feathery. I didn't really interact with the Sorceress Lady, except lying about her teleporting me somewhere. Also, I think I stole something from her, but they took that back, so...
I would rather face every angel from my home in single combat than face the Dark Sister.
Fantastic.
Yes, I say we keep Chromat here away from the sisters.
Ideally, I'd like to not run into anybody on the entire way we leave here, but you know what? I don't control that. That being said, I've seen exclusively the next room for the last day and a half. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Your friend is coarse, but I agree with him.
Friend is a very loose term. I haven't known him long enough to decide if he's worthy of that yet.
Hurtful.
Not wrong.
I didn't. Did I say wrong? I said hurtful.
Then grow a
Anyway.
backbone.
You are strange travel companions. Let us go.
Yes. Can you walk?
Yes. Yes, I suppose so.
Good. That was part of why we were still here talking, waiting for you to gain your strength back.
Yes, I think I should be okay now, though I think I will walk behind your big, overgrown friend.
Micah, good call.
That's a safe place to be.
Yes. Okay. So, you guys exit back to the... Well, where do you go? He's falling behind you, so...
I mean, back into the guard room for now, I would say.
Yes.
I mean, I'd like to just get the hell out of here, to be honest.
Well,
I think we
yes,
have-
but we
I
need...
think-
Yeah. Chromat, are you familiar at all with this portion of the Astral Sea?
As I said, my time has been spent between that tube and the operating theater.
Okay, that's fair.
I know it's a class 2 star outside, and that they have been slowly harvesting it over time, but beyond that, I don't know much at all.
Which means we need those charts. That's the only
On
way
a
we're
scale of like Wolverine coming out of the adamantium tank to Dr. Manhattan on a Tuesday, how naked is this guy?
Wolverine on the adamantium tank. They gave him appropriate tube shorts. He does, as you enter the sort of space over here, he kind of looks around and asks, do we have 2 minutes?
I was about to recommend maybe grab some clothes.
Yes. He
preferably some armor as well.
Yes,
if
he,
you can.
he strips one of the. Actually, he doesn't do that.
Is he gonna wear my bloody clothes? 'Cause
No,
that'd be gross.
no, he's going to walk over to the guard, however, and he's going to lay his hands on it. And you watch as the armor slither and snakes and actually wraps itself around his person.
Well, then.
I know of one way that happens in the game. That's not just you making DM stuff up, and I.
Isn't it that ability you kept talking
It is
about?
that one warlock ability, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it could be something else, but anyway, all right. Well, let's get the fuck out of here.
Just as a thought, this is well, I mean, it's not much of anything right now, but it was at one time a guard station. Yes?
We did blow it up, yeah, but it had guards inside.
Well, I don't know what it's like where you're from, but in my home, garrison checkpoints have a habit of
holding a map of some kind?
Searching time.
I suppose, yes.
Yeah. That was out of character. Yep, nope. I'm without a word. I'm gonna start searching for a map of some kind.
I'll join you in that.
Okay. You go back over the space, and you had searched it pretty thoroughly the first time. In actuality, to be fair, you do find in the process of your searching, you did find 7 platinum, 11 gold, and 1 piece of silver. In amongst the sundry drab items you found that you suspect between the little pouches that they're divvied up between was probably the meager earnings of some of the other creatures that got tucked away.
I'm gonna guess that considering these guys stole 200 gold off of me when they took me prisoner, I couldn't have any of that, y'all.
You suspect that you're asking them. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking
Yeah,
me.
I'm not asking. No, I am assuming that this was not placed into my hands because I was rifling through for my shit while they were probably finding this money.
Right.
Sure, here you go. I give you 5 platinum. And
It's a start.
yeah.
Only 1,050 platinum to go. Or not platinum, 1,050 gold to go.
You search about more, and you don't see any particular pieces of map just lying about. Chromat does go over and look at the panel that you saw before. And let me see. Yeah. He kind of looks over the buttons, and he says, "Oh, that's interesting."
Oh?
Well, yes, this appears to be, an arcane depository. It's clearly set to, maintain the locks for the chamber out there, but, a system like this would also be linked to the rest of their... Well, it would be linked to the helm, and the helm would then, in turn, keep a pretty clear record of the rest of this. I think that this button here, and he points to the one that says Relay to Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
I think this may have helpful information. We would need a guard's key to make it work, though.
Like the one I unlocked your cell with, holding up the pendant.
Yes, I believe that might actually work. Here, set it here, and he sort of points to like a inset square on the panel that, as you hold the key up, does appear as if it would fit pretty snugly into. Do you put the key down?
Sure. No other use for it, so why not?
So he reaches down and he hits Relay to Crystal. And you watch as the little topaz crystal flickers and pops, and all of a sudden it projects up this little three-dimensional outline of a semicircle that then appears with little celestial sigils over it. And you definitely see that, like, out of the bottom, it says, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? Holding. And then clearly one that says, like, high security and waste management. And you see that you are in sort of the far right end of the arc. And that if you go up the ladder, you see that about halfway around the arc, in the dead center, you see a space marked for the dock, and a space marked for the sending room. Just beneath the sending room is a room labeled Helm Chamber. And about a quarter of the way along the arch between those two, or about halfway between the dock and where you are at the holding chambers, is a space that is appropriately labeled operating theater. You stand by a moment.
Are we almost pausable,
Yes.
by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
You and then around the far side of the arch, on the far side of the dock, you see a section that clearly says apartments at the far end of the arch, and then about halfway back to them, you do see a room marked observation.
All right. That is a lot.
Yes. And I will try and get you an actual drawn-up map of that for next session,
Perfect.
Okay.
for you to plan accordingly.
So I guess we'll end this session with us looking in awe at this 3D holographic map being projected from a crystal.
Yeah.